The podcast, Say It With Your Blood Clot Chest, contains discussions on sensitive topics. The views expressed by the participants are their own and may not reflect the opinions of others. Please be aware that the content provided is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered professional advice. Listener discretion is advised, as the discussions may include explicit language and challenging subject matters. The hosts, guests and production team are not responsible for any discomfort or offence caused. We encourage open-mindedness while engaging with the content. Thank you for listening and we hope you find value in the show.
Yeah, it should be good, man.
For a little while as well.
Has he started?
Yeah.
That's one thing.
I don't know. Testing. Yo, which one?
It's good.
Yo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Oh, you're messing up the thing.
Yo, what happened? Blood, why are you so loud?
Wow, you got a thunderclap, blood, like that shit. My ears are bleeding.
What happened to the
Yo,
I'm just trying to sync the sound.
you're used to this shit.
I did it from the
Man was going click like that.
I know.
He was messing up.
Well, sonic boom.
So go on, sorry.
Bang in the middle.
Yeah. Courtney, you know, say the introduction's yours though.
Everything.
Hey!
Yo, man. There's so much, blood.
See them little adlibs?
There's been so much, blood, that man can talk about. That's the good thing about it. I feel like there's a lot we can talk about, blood.
Yo.
Hey, it's just wherever you want to take it.
My man, I'm not going to say his name because of his profession, but my man smells like good old school weed. You know, like berries also. Man's smelling like berries.
Yo, good old berries, you know, blood.
in the background.
Hey.
Myself, I'm not going to smoke no weed until after the show. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I'm getting high tonight. Yes, big up.
You almost said it there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. We've got a few guests because I'm gonna big up everybody. You get me? We've got a few guests. You get me? But yeah, man, we're back, man. We're back. Yeah, man.
And look who we got.
If you don't know, get to know, innit?
Come on,
Yeah,
you must
man.
know.
If you don't know, get to know.
But before we say that, this is Say It With Ya
Blood clot chest. So yeah, man, big Dialect in the cut.
Yes.
Definitely one of Leeds' finest. I will apologise. I don't think I put you in my top 5. The only reason I didn't put you in my I'm gonna be honest. The only reason I didn't put you in my top 5 is because I haven't heard nothing from you recently.
Yeah.
So if you would have asked me for my top 5 a few years back, definitely when you was doing them rap things was it in London? Don't flop rap battles.
Don't flop rap battles and stuff.
But,
Yeah.
they was nasty.
Yeah,
You was, cause you know what? Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Dialect. I didn't know you was a clashing man. I knew you from Devilish days.
Yeah. And I wasn't
You
a
and
clashing man,
you and
blood,
Ashered
like,
on, and
Yeah.
then I remember hearing after that, Dashi made a diss track for you, and you never really came back. And I'm saying, boy, Dashi dealt with him kind of rough, you know. For the show.
Them good old days, but you get me the grind days like my mum were catching it from left, right, and centre. You get me, blood.
I got corn.
Yeah, you did.
I'm trying to be Suge Knight. That's it.
You know what I mean? Yo, rest in peace, Gadget, but he slew the fighters in that bad shit, but you know what I mean?
Gadget buried everybody.
Yeah, man, it was good days.
Gadget had his time.
Nah, rest in peace, Gadget.
Man,
Big up
rest in
Gadget.
peace.
So I mean, I think with the clash thing with like I wasn't really into clashing back in the grime days, especially when let's say I was part of Illness Crew, which was J.A., Lakey, blood, you know, Shaney B, you know what I mean? Them, and I wasn't really on clashing, but give it years later, probably around 2011 or something, I saw Matter. He's another rapper from Leeds, yeah, and I used to be in a hip hop collective with him called Northern Hostility, and this is like look, there were people like Technico, Bravo, everyone like enough man were involved in it. You get me? So then I see him post up one of his rap battles on Don't Flop, and I was thinking, oh, what's this about? You get me? I've seen him dissing one guy going back and forth on these little jokes. You get me? You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, man, I rate it. And then he goes, oh, you should try it one day. I was like, probably not. It's not really my thing. You get me? I'm not really on clashing, and I don't know whether it was maybe my like I wasn't as witty back then. I would have said, you know what I mean, with in terms of the stuff I wrote. But I think after watching like a lot of rap battles, yeah, and then him telling me to give it a go, and then I debuted in Leeds, you know what I mean, and Don't Flop came to Leeds one time like maybe about a year and a half later, yeah, and I've said, right, I'll go for it, let's see what I can do, and I ended up doing a good job. I went against a guy called Double L, and that was like my debut rap battle. At those times it were getting viral on YouTube, so that first battle there, yeah, it probably got like about 10K in like the first couple of hours, and then bam, it just started like, you know what I mean? Like them days there, I think YouTube and the algorithm thing and all that was good, you know what I mean?
It was different because it was a bit more fresher, wasn't it?
Yo, we were about before YouTube, like, you get me? So you know what I mean? I remember when it didn't even exist, but so. You know, I think, got into my first battle then and started getting into it. I think the rap battling thing, I'm a big fan of Eminem, for example.
The coldest.
He's one of, like, if you look at my top 3 rappers, Eminem gets Busta Rhymes in terms of what my style consists of.
Serious? Okay.
My style kind of consists of theirs, you get me, in that way, and I've got my own thing.
You're going with flow and complexity.
Flow, complexity, bars. You got the gets energy, the grime, the raw energy. You get me. You can still motivate. You got Eminem, the way you can put words together and create a picture in your head from what he says. You get me. I think it's important. And then Busta Rhymes, flow, like, and just knowing how to touch a beat. You get what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, never off beat, blood. You know what I mean?
They're legends in the music game, for real.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you've gone from, so that's what got you into the rap battle thing.
Yeah.
In regards to the rap battle thing, was that beneficial financially?
Well, yeah. Do you know? I can't lie. It was. I think it's nothing like the American scene is. The UK scene. Yeah, I've made money off battle rap, but it's nothing like what the Americans are like. Bloody, them man are getting like 25 grand a battle sometimes and blah blah. Depending if they're on like URL or something like that. You get me Ultimate Rap League with Smack and all that. Yeah, like them man get paid well. You know, it's not your most lucrative thing, but it's kind of worth your time and energy if you make it that way for yourself. You know what I mean?
And but credit where it's due, fam. Big man, and not because you're here. You did your thing on there, like you had me watching that regular, and I'm a Leeds fan through and through. I support Leeds United. I don't even watch rugby, but I support Leeds. If I see a man from Leeds that's doing something and I like him, like I've worked with you back in Ventura days, 2010, 2011.
Early days, but
and I've seen your personality. I remember one day you come in and you was dubbing. I'm not going to mention it because of battle, but you was dubbing one guy, and I was like, yo, I didn't know that Dialect had dubs. Like, what?
I had to get sharp in the battle rap thing. Yeah, imagine when I am originally a grime MC. So as grime MCs, we know something about clashing anyway. It's not like I didn't have the ability. It is kind of, you know, that's the culture there, but I wasn't really like fully clued up on how to like write sick punchlines and you know, be theatrical with my performances and all that kind of stuff there. So I think I learned all that through battle rap, and the reason why I shine quite well in battle rap is because there was no one from, let's say, up north who was doing the grime thing. Bringing grime into battle rap, it was the thing that I did, which kind of helped to, you know, create some of what is now and why I'm known, because I brought in a different style, you get me? But I still have to contend with other writers which were just as good. You can have these men who are like comedians, they don't even rap blood, but they can still deal with a man in a battle, you get me? So it's like I had to sharpen up my own skills in order to like fit in with the battle rap roster, you get me?
And to be able to contend.
Yeah, definitely. It made me a better writer. So like I'm glad I battle rapped anyway, because I think I'm better at concept writing because I have the ability to battle, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just mentioned that you're big in the grime scene, but you are probably for Leeds. I say you and Irish Paddy are probably the faces of grime for Leeds. You get me? I think you lot push it, but do you think grime's still relevant? Like to this day, do you think it's something you can make bread off?
I think on a bigger scale, I think you've got your grime legends already, you know, set people like Gets and your Kanos and other people can still make a grime track now and it would pop, you get me? So I don't believe grime's dead, but I feel like you have to be really making a statement. You can't just bring out any old dibby grime tune. I think, you know what I mean, there has to be a bit more about it, whether it's the concept of the track or whoever you're collabing with, you know what I mean? I feel you can still do things with it, but you know, it's not as relevant now as other stuff. But for me, I kind of feel like drill's here now, but it's still roughly around 140 BPM. So for me, like I still feel like there's music there for me to rap on. You get me? You know what I mean? I just do it differently. I won't have that drill style, but there's still that there. You know what I mean?
You feel more comfortable rapping over drill? How comfortable does it feel?
Yeah, I feel comfy on it. I'm just as comfy as grime. I know drill's got a different style to it, and you can approach it differently. But I just feel like, you know, it's like listening to more grime for me. You know what I mean? It's just different drum beats.
So in regards to the Leeds scene, yeah, obviously you've done well by Leeds standards. But then if you put, let's say, in success wise, in terms of like as just as a lyricist, I'd say you're the top boy in Leeds. You've done the most, you know. You've been on One Extra, you've been on that Dope Flop rap battles. You're quite well known. I'm sure you said Gets approached you and said, "Oh yes, Dialect," you're kind of mad and stuff.
Yeah.
Why do you think no one from Leeds has actually blown? Because if you put you up against Meek's Money, let's say for example, the levels are different in terms of success.
Yeah.
And it's not to say he's a way better artist than you. It's just the levels of success are different. And why do you think that is, in terms of like coming from Leeds, and no one in Leeds has really gone to them levels?
Because I think our city's still developing. Like, you know, it is not as developed as some other cities have been.
When you say developing, what do you mean in terms of the music scene?
Yeah, the music scene growing, you know what I mean? Like, in terms of even, you know, there's artists now getting approached by labels, which is something never really happened before, do you know what I mean? Like, especially in my day, even when I was at my peak, it was still kind of hard to find stuff like management up there, anyone to really, you know, kind of push you there. And I think, personally, Leeds has been behind for a while. We saw it go from London, then go further up. You've had Brum, you've had Manage, you know what I mean?
Liverpool,
yeah. I think every city
Leicester?
does have its time. Yeah, Leicester, but you know what I mean? There's other places. Every city has its time, but it's obviously up north. It is harder, and I think Leeds was just a bit undeveloped at the time that I was, you know, kind of like popping. And at the same time, you know, I can look back now. I know what artist and I am now, and the man I am now. Even but back then, I was just kind of grateful to just be having opportunities given to me. So I didn't really think like a businessman. You get me? I didn't have everything planned out in my head. I was just like, yo, I'm just displaying my talent, and it's taking me places. I think you have to be really smart and be calculated in order to also, you know, develop more than you know your current state, if you know what I mean.
What do you think about like Leeds people supporting Leeds people though? Like, do you not think that plays a part? Because I don't think what the things you was doing when you was on Dope Flop, I didn't see no one posting it on my Facebook or whatever. I think Facebook was a big platform then. I didn't see no one posting on my Facebook like that.
I did a lot of it on my own. I remember the amount of people sometimes asked to come down to the rap battles in London. They'd be like, yeah, they're on it, and then last minute like no one's there. So I've, for myself, always just been determined that like I need to be able to do this on my own. I don't need an entourage. I shouldn't have to have one. I did all of it on my own. That's probably why I ended up getting my name quite big, you know, being from Leeds, because I was going down south doing other stuff and mixing with people, and it was only me there, you get me? Obviously, you know, I've worked with other Leeds artists, and I wouldn't use the term bring man through, because I don't see it that way. It's just if I've ever had an opportunity and I've been able to, you know, share that opportunity, I've done that. I remember taking Paddy and Angry down to the Red Bull Grimer side thing where I clashed JJ Tracy and that. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So that's the thing, that there is support among artists, but there's also, even from early days, people not getting along, egos getting in the way, people not really wanting to like push you get me? They might rate what you're doing, but they don't want to, you know.
And that was another thing that we was meant to ask as part of maybe why you have not shown the same success, because the other cities, you answered it in a kind way, saying that, you know, we're underdeveloped. I more would have thought you would have just said it with your chest and said the support's not there. You know what I mean? And just like we spoke in the past,
it's true.
Like, we don't support each other. We'd rather go out and support another city and support those places that we're talking about.
Well,
we know about them, but they don't really know about us. But one thing though is, whenever you say anywhere around the country, rap battler from Leeds. You're the first name to come up.
Yeah.
So this is what I meant about he's putting on the map in certain ways, but still, as you said, we can't get from someone from Leeds to the level that we feel like we should. We're a city, man.
I know, and developing. Look how far we are as well. Like, I think the artists we've got now in this city, you know, even for people like Thames to, you know, what is it, Cole LC and stuff, you know, but all these man, I think that they're looking after Leeds well. Like, they're the new artists, and they look the part, they're doing the job, you know what I mean, and whether they're signed or not, they're getting their nice bit of success. But so I kind of feel like, you know, we've got more artists now. They're looking good, but we still not everyone's supporting each other.
No, you don't really hear people playing that call.
Yeah, even an example, blood. You know, I don't want to say it from the chest, then, because I like me, I'm not out causing drama, blood. Because for one,
sometimes you just got to talk your talk. People don't like the truth.
Exactly, the truth.
That's my
innit?
policy in life. Like, if you don't like the truth, don't make. Because I've said things on here that people probably don't like. Like I've mentioned stuff about family members, my dad, the snake, and whatever. But don't make that my reality. I'm not going to come on this platform and talk the truth because it's going to affect your ego. What about my mental well-being?
Of course.
Because you don't fire for that, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine performance going on. I've been asked, because I'm not really mentioning up bare names, but I've been asked for as a collective, for a few of these artists to come together and us perform. Now we went and did that. You get me? A few man didn't turn up. I've obviously, like I said, travelled over from where I need to go to come to this event. You get me, and do my thing. And imagine whilst I'm just chilling, like you know, 3 next man come to the event. I think 2 of them, one of them's performing. Said cool to everyone, everything's blessed or whatever. And then Bravo said to me, "Oh, yo, do you want to go first?" You get me? And like the set, and I was like, well, it's a hip hop set, so maybe, you know, like someone else should go first. He's like, nah, you start off. I'm like, all right, cool. Then you get me. I've still got to get my train back anyway, so I might as well go first. Now I've got my headphones in, writing bars, minding my own business, and then I hear Bravo say, "Oh, yo, Dialect's gonna go first," and then I hear 2 man go, "But why?" And I looked up, blood, and I took my headphones out. I was like, well, what's that about? And they just laughed it off and didn't say nothing, blood. But it was like, that's the whole problem there. Why that question? Why? You know what I mean?
I'm a better artist than you. That's why. I'm popping.
But
I'm got the hype.
No, but you know the worst thing is, I don't even see it like that. The way I see it is,
I do, because I can envision who these artists are.
And them saying why are basically saying that they're the better artists.
And that's the thing. It's ego straight away. Yeah.
Better walk that headache and finish, man.
What? So she was So obviously, like that there for me, even though I didn't make a massive deal about it, 'cause I thought I'm not going to be arguing with no one about that. This is music here. I'm a big blood clot man, blood, 35 years old, blood. I'm not about to be arguing with some man about music, but just that kind of vibe there, said everything to me about you know what I mean. It, like, man, I have trying to like alienate me from my own kind of scene in that sense. Why would you have a problem with me going first? I wouldn't have minded you going first, but like I'm happy for anyone to just be doing the thing. There is no ego there. Whether I've been around 10-20 years before you means nothing, blood. If we're on the same thing, I'm happy with that. You get me? So it can bother me when man are throwing a bit of shade or just moving a bit funny with things, especially when like I'm not out here causing trouble with no one, blood.
So what did you say?
Do you know what? I said, yo, if one of you man want to go first, you can. But nothing else got said about it. It just got left there.
So they basically asked that question. They went, why?
And kind of laughed it off a bit.
And then they was happy with you going first.
Yeah.
And you just went first.
And it's just a bit like, okay.
But see, I'm not really talking with the chest. You know what I mean?
Which is a bit like
they had a problem with it. Well, they did have a problem with it. I said, why?
Yeah, but I've had similar issues. Where like I've gone to a performance, been a performance that I've not, you know, I'd not done a performance for a while, like maybe about a year or so. So it was a big thing for me. I'm like, yeah, man, let me go do this thing. One brother says, oh, I'm gonna come down and come see you, and I'm like, oh, cool, safe then, I've done my performance, everyone at the end's come up to me, smashed it, Dialect, and you know, I've been going through a few things, so I've not been 100% on point. You get me? Do you know what I mean? But I still did my thing, turned up to performance, everyone's coming up. this brother comes up to me and he was like, yo, yeah, you did all right, but it just didn't seem like the dialect I used to listen to back in the day.
Well, should you sound like the dialect you used to listen to back in the day?
I'm like, how puzzling is that? Yeah, you've gone out of your way, yeah, the one man to come through this crowd and say that to me, blood, yeah. And for what? Like, all you are trying to do is put more of a negative vibe on something, because regardless of this whole thing of dialect back in the day, you're looking at the current dialect right now anyway, yeah, and it's like, you don't know what the fuck's going on in my life or what I'm doing this and that, whether you heard me fumble a little bar or I didn't sound as energetic as I do before, so fucking what, blood, I'm still doing my thing, I'm still here.
That's not their problem.
That's yours.
But would you not sometimes see stuff like that as like constructive criticism?
I'm good at constructive, like, blood. I'm a man. I listen to my surrounding and what people say to me. I've got no issue with hearing constructive criticism, but I can also tell when something's coming from a bit of a different place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, I mean, I've got that sense there, but because, you know, like, if you can't take constructive criticism, you're never going to improve. You know what I mean? I've literally had to do that the whole career with no problem with it. So, you know, there's just little things like that. I'm saying there's just a lack of support sometimes, and these little isolated situations are not things that are constantly happening, but I think that general thing still looms over our scene, you get me, with people just how they feel about each other and for what reasons, I don't know what, innit.
I think I love my city, you know, I big up Leeds to the max, but I have to talk the truth. I think Leeds is kind of a red-eye place. I don't think people in Leeds want to see you a pound behind them.
Yeah, probably.
A tenner behind them. They don't want to see you even trying to get close to what. Even if they're not even on the same thing, they just don't even want to see you succeed. Why for that? But they don't want to see you progress in life, and I see it all the time. I think, especially around here, I feel like it's very negative. Like, I'll get people. I'll probably have more people message me about negative. No, not more people. That's a lot. Yeah, message me. Go out the way to message me about negative stuff. It's like I did the episode talking about my ends and my dad. Then a man from my ends has messaged me like, blood, why are you talking about the ends like that? And I'm saying, blood, listen to what I said. I said our ends wasn't thinged, wasn't established. If you take what I'm saying, we made Meanwood relevant to black people on a black street level. We made Meanwood relevant. My generation, it wasn't. We didn't have an elder generation of black people, so it wasn't established in that sense in terms of black street crime. But people just look for negativity sometimes, and you just gotta distance yourself from them kind of people, bro. You're just gonna end up in fuck it and getting dragged down to their level. Yeah, that's my opinion on Leeds. I feel like Leeds we've got work to do, but people like ourselves, like everyone in this room, is on their own journey. You're on your journey, we're on our journey, and we all can, even amongst this room, let's say, we can all put our hands up and say we fall into that Leeds stereotype. Because every time you've dropped a tune, I haven't promoted it. Every time my man's dropped a video, I haven't don't promote. I promoted stuff a lot. But as a collective, we're not all just like, yo, I like what my man's doing, you know. Let me just share that, because it's not costing you nothing. It's not like I'm saying, yo, every time you share my thing, I want £20. It's free. You just have to click a button. Because if you see the fat batty, you're gonna click a button on, oh baby, you know, you know what I mean. So it's just like,
I get it. I think that's why we are here, because of that. That thing, we might be missing it as a whole in this city, but I still feel like we see each other's movements. I've seen what you might have been doing, and I've liked what you've been doing. I'd be like, this is sick. I'd love to be a part of it. You get me? And it's not for the sake of me trying to get much out of this. I looked at what you guys are doing and feel I would like to be a part of this. So it's like, you want to do it, doing the right thing. You get me?
Appreciate that.
You know, thank you. I'm obviously trying to come from a good place as well and support it as well. Do you know what I mean?
And you didn't have to reach out to man and say, yo, I want to jump on. Because in terms of clout, your name rings way more than ours, especially outside Leeds. Your name rings way more than ours, especially outside of Leeds. So you don't have to holler man and say, yo, can I jump on?
But the one thing is, like, I stay humble, blood. I've got a lot on my CV, but still, yeah, I remember everyone I've grown up around, yeah, what my ends are, what is kind of reared me into who I am now, you get me? Definitely. So there's never going to be that thing there where I think I'm better than anyone else, blood, or I can't turn up to things, you get me? I could be on stage performing to 1,000 people, you might see me on Briggett in town, blood, spitting bars, a couple of people sat on benches, blood. There's no ego there, I do my thing, you get me?
I respect
you know what I mean?
well,
I do my thing, bro.
Because I looked at that and I was like, a lot of people would have looked at that and been like,
yeah, a lot of men have looked down on me. I've had some shit been said, but trust me.
I can imagine.
You know,
that's what happens.
I look at it like, bro, you are serious about getting some form of success, or even if you're not serious about success.
Yeah, not even success, just
you just enjoy music.
Yeah, I enjoy music, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I do when I'm on them streets, yeah? Whether it's a nice bit of promotion here and there, I get to try out a lot of my new music, yeah, stuff that I'm maybe just be writing, and I don't want to go studio and spend money and go record the tune. Maybe I'll just perform it out and see what people's reactions are like. I also get to just let things off my chest, blood, you know what I mean? I'm a writer, blood, so for one, rapping just helps me to just let off steam, blood, and it's a place for me to do it, you get me? I just feel like, you know, the jobs that have come from it, you know what I mean, whether it's been workshops and I go working with kids. I was even busking one time and someone come up to me and said, "Oh, my son would have loved your music. He passed away just recently. Would you mind performing at the funeral when it was in blood?" Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So blood. Yeah, I went over to Manchester. They all come in blood. They like a lot of road man. They come in there, but I was there. Yeah, and I'm just there spitting bars. Yeah, and then they were like, "Oh," I was saying, "I'll just do this for you anyway." They were like, "No, we'll pay some money for it." I was like, "Yo, we're grateful. Thank you for sorting that out." And then bam, even on top of me there spitting bars, people from the the funeral, they were coming over giving me pee as well and saying, "Yo, it would have loved your stuff, you get me, thanks for coming over and doing this and that." So you know what I mean, there's been a lot of good experiences from just putting myself out there and just trying to be authentic, just be real, you get me?
Trust me, that give me goosebumps.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, it's been
I didn't expect that.
And that's what I'm saying. These are not things that I'm constantly out trying to share and put one up on no one. It's like these are good experiences for me that I find wholesome and that have kept me going, you get me? You know what I mean? So.
That's different, that's great, that's mad.
I'm glad we was able to draw that out of you, man.
Probably what is
you know what? I've got a question for you though. So I'm a fan of music, I'm a fan of your music. I've listened to you from illness days to now. I'm just a fan of music and Leeds talent. But one critique I've got for you, and I think I mentioned it to you not long ago. Is as much as I've listened to you, I don't know nothing really about you other than what I know from Broad and being about and being similar ages and that's the only critique I'd say to you is, if you wrote about your life and your stories and your trials and tribulations, you might rustle some feathers, but if you wrote about your story, I think that'd draw people that a little bit more, because your flow's immaculate, your writing's amazing, but we just need something new, me personally, as a consumer.
And if there's one thing that what we used to always have back in the day, whether it was 90s raps, even early 2000 raps, is every rapper told their story. They always had that one track where they told their story. It's why on the Krypton Conan they say open up, and one of the tasks is to tell your story, because it's about letting the people know you and letting yourself be vulnerable. To make a relationship with anybody, you have to leave yourself vulnerable.
That was a big... It's funny you say Krypton Conan, because that was a big reason why I tuned into them lot. Was my story where they're talking about Conan's dad getting smoked. I think his stepdad or something getting smoked for him, and then what's the other one? Letter to Cadet and Cadet's letter to Krept, because Krept's, no one knows this, but Cadet's letter to Krept touched me differently.
Same.
I've got a relationship like that with a celebrity cousin where we was close. And then we've grown apart for whatever reason. We're still good when we see each other and that, but I don't ring him, he don't ring me like that. Like we've tried to rekindle, but it's not no bad blood, we've just gone in different directions. But I felt that like, yo, this is like me and my man, because we was really like that. You get me? So but it's just like that. That's my only, not gripe, but and any artist I speak to that That's my thing. I want to know. Because I think as a consumer, we buy into you more when we hear the story.
Well,
like the Birmingham man, Miles Malone and that.
Yeah.
The reason why I think he's blowing and he's gone is because he talks about real life shit. He might not give you the full ins and outs of the story because he don't want to incriminate himself, but he's telling you about how he felt when his brethren died. He's telling you how he felt and how he's made his mum feel. He's telling you, telling you the good things. Yeah, I got signed and I give my mum 10 racks, but he's telling you the pain and when you're in jail, people in jail, they give out, they give you that raw emotion. That's why a man gets wicked with a letter writing in jail when
that's why, like, true. I honestly think, like you are bang on in terms of like how much I've given people, say, maybe my life, you know, and what I've gone through. Realistically, I think it can come down to your development as a person in what you talk about. I'm actually the best I am that I've ever been a writer right now, even though I'm not at the peak of my career in terms of I've had higher points. My writing now, I can tell you now, like what you're gonna hear from me these next 2 to 3 EPs, is a lot of real shit, things I'm actually just quite openly speaking about, or just been I don't know, I can tap more into my emotions and feelings and kind of get them out a lot more easy now, you get me? I would have had to really try 10 years ago, you get me? Like, you know, I was still a good writer, you could see me in a clash or do whatever, but still sometimes takes a different mind frame and way of doing things to make a song or to, you know, to really write some material that's going to touch someone, you get me?
Obviously, for other artists as well, obviously, because you're saying you're doing that now. So what was the changing point for you to get there? Because obviously not most artists, let's be honest, want to talk about slamming, they get bare they get bare money, but the door. Like we've seen artists with like 80 quid in a music video talking about the paid, and it's like
no, it was 100. It was 100. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
105.
Well, do you know what? It's been, I think, ever since probably lockdown. Just before lockdown, a lot of things changed for me around then. I'd like quite a major bad breakup with an ex and stuff. You know, there was a lot of issues within like a battle rap I was having. There was the fact that lockdown happened and I lost my job. You know, a lot of different shit happened to me. You get me? Do you know what I mean? And I had to like reset, and I found it quite mentally hard to deal with a lot of the things I was going through. You get me?
That's real shit though.
Yeah, so it's like, since then, I think that's been the point for me where I've been able to write the way that, you know, that you're talking about now. Do you know what I mean?
Because
and
you've overcome that tough time.
Yeah, or even had to go through, like still going through it. It's mad. Like I don't even feel like I've really fully overcome some of the things. It's been a solid 4 years, that I've been struggling with stuff, you get me? And that's why the music's not been coming out. I've just been trying to sort my life out, you get me? You know what I mean? I'm at that place, but I feel like what I've gone through has just helped me to just kind of get a better grasp on my concepts and what I need to speak about now.
And do you know why I never understood that from you, Dialect? Is because you're quite an open book from when I've been around you. You're not someone that is massively ego driven. Like I always refer to the hood, but like certain people, like hood people, care about things that you may not care about, like how they come across, or they won't say this because they don't want to seem soft, or you are just who you are. Take me as I am, kind of thing. And cross me if you want to cross me, but take me as I am, kind of thing.
Of course.
So that's why I never understood why I never heard about you growing up or it's little things, you know what I mean?
I guess even so, I might have had to hold up an ego at certain points, maybe around the scene I was in. You know what people are saying in their music. Not that I'm trying to follow the crowd or anything, but maybe me just conforming to a bit more of a
because
thing.
you're thinking that's what works. That's what the consumer wants.
No, but think about it. At this time, you're rap battling. You're doing that, or you can't leave yourself vulnerable.
Oh, but I'm even saying prior, in between, because you brought out tunes in between while you're doing your rap battle.
But that's leaving yourself vulnerable to get buried in rap battle.
It's one of them.
You got to fully step away from that before you make that decision. No, you don't care, but you still want to win. You don't want to give them free material.
Look, fam, but like I've been in this battle scene for a long time. I've seen man's secrets come out, yeah, and they be destroyed on the stage, yeah. Marriages have been broke up, blood. People that have left, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a fuck about, but this rap battle thing can be tough, and
they don't care.
Yeah, like if they get an angle on you, blood. Like, because I'm not even gonna lie, my issue with the battle rap thing and why I stopped for a bit was including some of the business my ex and all that, and I just thought, right, if I jump in one of these battles, I'd be ready to take someone's head off, and I'm not that type of person, blood. But I was not in the right mind frame, so I just had to just take myself away from any of that drama, from any people that I just found, you know, toxic kind of thing. Just keep myself away from it, so I could heal and just get my head right. You get me? Yeah. Now, funnily enough, but I've got a rap battle in June, against an American battler called Big K. He just won Battler of the Year last year. You get me? And that's been the biggest battle I've been offered probably in about 4 or 5 years. But you know what I mean? So it's like, but I'm ready to jump back in the ring now. If anyone had anything to say, I don't really care now. You get me? Like, I've had time to process shit, and it is what it is. But in the same time, but I've seen man in this battle rap thing, but I never wanted to be one of them man who got caught slipping, blood. That's for a long time I was not caught slipping. And when you get caught slipping, blood, it just opens up doors for man to say what they want to say.
You caught slipping once, and people can just twist it on the next bar and twist it on the next.
That's what I mean. I've done it to people, blood. You get me? I've been a rap battler. I found out things about people. I've never gone into a point where I'm trying to fuck up people's relationship and do whatever. I'll just be disrespectful and say some mad stuff. You get me? But you know, like, some people don't mess about, but you have to be.
Nah, some man are cold.
But the reason why people do it though, like, I gotta say fair play to them, because either way you can just say a lie and fuck someone up. So really, it just depends whether the girl wants to believe or not. You know what I mean? Like, it's a rap battle at the end of the day, so. Unless it's some proper evidence, a man pulls out a picture and shit.
And people have done this, man. That's what I'm saying, no. But things have been used, props have been used, but battle rap is a mad place. You get me? Where it's like, it's not even ridiculously healthy to be part of it all the time, depending on what you're trying to achieve. And for me, I jumped into battle rap to try I don't know, improve myself, show that I'm a contender, that I can stand up against all these other guys. It was never really for any other reason than that. So now that I've had over 50 odd battles, blood, and I've got the name I've got now, I don't need to rap battle. There'd be no reason for me to do that. You get me? Do you know what I mean? It's a case of it's opportunities and fun.
You've kind of answered my next question. My next question was going to be, first, have you seen that pen game rap battle?
Yeah, I've seen pen game. That's pretty sick.
Would you? Are you too? No, not are you too big for it, but because you're established.
Yeah.
Because I've looked at that. Yeah. And big up Margs and big up them man.
Yeah,
doing it's a massive move. But I've looked at that and thought, Dialect to lick off these man.
Yo, I have thought that a few times.
Lick off. Like, I'm seeing man get mad crowd reactions. I'm saying, you man are gassed over that.
Yeah,
let me send Dialect down there with an army.
That's the thing. It's another platform that I could grace. Now you could say I am a bit too established for it in terms of that I'm an experienced battle rapper. You get me?
So they don't seem as experienced.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's just my experience. I'm not saying them man lacking any skills or whatever. It's just a case of experience. Now I got asked to go on the rap game. This was after Graft, you get me?
Okay. Asked? I thought we had to apply for that, but they're asking Graft.
They were asking me to apply. And for me, I ended up saying no. I was like, you know what? At this current position that I'm in, I would rather you maybe just bring me into, you know, when they're having the clashes and you say, oh, we've got guests so and so here, yeah. Why do you do that for me?
Because that's your level.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Yeah, I know. Is that why?
Yeah,
exactly. Why are you trying to put me in that kind of category? There, it's like I don't want to be sat next to all them young people there, blood. My uncle, blood. You get me? Yeah. And I'm telling my story like, oh yeah, I just never made it. Not me, bro. I'm not doing it. You get me? I'm not doing it.
No. And the wickedest thing is that's the same disadvantage. You step into the Margs' rap battle thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's all about pen game.
That's what I mean. It's true. That's what I mean.
Forget about rap.
No, rap. Rap game.
Oh, sorry, rap game.
Yeah, rap game. Yeah. So that's what I mean. I did get asked. So obviously my answer back was that I'd rather, you know, do the other thing. They got back to me and they were like, no, we'd probably prefer you to thing. And I thought, well, I'll just leave it then. It's probably not for me. It's one of them where, I was in I think this was maybe before lockdown as well. So I'm in a part of my career where I'm thinking, I could do with a boost or something to thingy, but it's like how I'm going to do that and my integrity, you get what I mean? How I want to carry myself, I'm not just going to just do things for the sake of it or just because it's worked for someone else, you get me? I think it worked really well for Graft. I'm glad he did what he did and he smashed it. So it's like, I can let him have that. I don't feel like I really need to go in there and do anything. I'm in a bit of a different place, you get me? Do you know what I mean?
Big up. Like those two, whether it's pen game or rap game, they're all for upcoming. And as you said, you're more established. You said the perfect thing. They should have been asking you to be a part of a judge.
Like why not?
Episode, like,
I still don't understand why they didn't.
They're coming up to you and asking you to apply.
Probably because they've got people like the guest judges are like big rappers, and like
probably bigger, but still, I kind of think like, do you know what I mean? For my CV and when it rap battle, you might want to be clashing, blood. You know what I mean? I've been on Lord of the Mics. These man know who the fuck I am, blood, and I'm not even a dickhead. Like these man know who I am. Like I went down south and did what I've clashed my people. Do you know what I mean?
If I was up there, but I'm not.
It's one of them, bro. I guess we know what the scene can be like, innit?
You know, sometimes you gotta know your worth.
And you know, at the same time, you still got to see it as a compliment because they asked you to apply.
Exactly.
To me, that's also them saying the level's not there and they're trying to make the level higher.
Of course. That's what I mean. So it's like,
and they want someone else from Leeds.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So they're trying to put man on the map as well.
No, like any blessing that's come my way, do you know what I mean? I've tried to take it on, but it's like I just have to be more sensible with my time and energy now, you get me? You know what I mean? And what I'm doing, and it's just accepting certain things. I believe as a rapper, when I first got in this thing, my promise to myself was like, I want to be one of the best rappers in the UK. That was just the one thing when I was younger I said in my head, you get me? I think I've done that. I might not be as established as other people, but I think I'm a really good writer, and you know what I mean. I think I've got good skills, so I'm kind of good enough with that. Some people make it, some people don't. But it's not about giving up. It's just about knowing what you're kind of happy with. You get me, and what's gonna drive you. I'm happy to just put music out there, and if something pops, it pops in it. But I'm not trying to chase it like I was like give it 10 years ago, because it's like I'm just in a bit of a different place, you know what I mean? But I've got some good music coming soon. I've got an EP called Pending, which is a lot of the stuff I've been writing over the years of me not putting much music out, and I'm going to do it in 3 parts. It'll be Pending part 1, 2 and 3, and
nice.
And they should have about 5 tracks each on them. I've already finished the first Pending EP. It just needs to be like mixed down. In fact, it's getting mixed down by Firing the Spoof. I don't know if you've heard of Firing the Spoof that I work with. You know, that cartoon thing. I'm just making sure you know, blood. Firing the Spoof,
hey,
bro.
You remember when the Prince Harry thing? I didn't even.
The cartoon things and that.
The Prince Harry. That's it. What's the bar?
Black man born in a ginger. You know, we got dog in my wrist.
Don't gas it. See that next one,
If you're a fan, I'm part of the team. I'm part of the team. I've been with Firing the Spoof for like 2 years now. The first one I did with them was a Pikachu one, that went really well. I remember like seeing their videos. I was like, these man are sick. They're onto something sick here, blood. So I hollered them and said, do you mind if I do one for you? They were like, well, if the material's good enough in that, we'll animate it for you, you get me? So I've written the Pikachu thing. Sent it over to him and they were like, this is bad boy, but we'll get this animated right now, blah blah. I was like, yes, man. I was like, I'm gonna be on Firing the Spoof, you get me? Well, I was like, this is what I wanted to do. So then I've done that, ended up getting some good traction on it, and then a year later, Fee, the guy who runs it, he says, I'd love you to be part of the team. I know you got your own music thing going on, but he goes, you've smashed it, you've done a couple of these things and they've done well. So when he's asked me to be part of the team, we're all in this WhatsApp group. We've got a few different artists and that, and then we're all talking about the new concepts and stuff. And then the Prince Harry thing happened, you get me, blood? Now I remember the one white guy in the group, yeah, he was like, yo, he goes, we need to make him like he's got a black man inside him. You get me there? This is the idea, but you know what I mean? Like, it goes, who in the team can do it? And no one really wanted to do it. You get me? And I thought, right, let me just give this a go. Like, he was saying he wants it to be a bit more kind of Afrobeat style, and I was like, yeah, it's not usually what I do, but let me see where I go on. Sat on my brother's yard in Leopold Street, we're having a little drink, you know what I mean? A little sort of some shit.
Welcome to the ghetto,
yeah,
baby.
but yeah, do you know what I mean? I started writing, I was like, yo, and fam, that was probably one of the easiest pieces of work that I've written, yeah, and I don't even know how I did it.
Sometimes it just comes
it was one of them fun ones that I can spend a week on a bar sometimes because I'm just struggling with getting it right. This I wrote within like half an hour, blood, like just chilling, the whole thing, blood.
Wow.
And then I recorded it 2 days later, blood, yeah, at Nasty Boy's yard, and then sent over the vocals to them man in London. They sorted it out, got the animation done, and the thing was out within like a week. But it was like such quick work, it was mad, blood.
You need to send Nasty Boy this as well, man. I've reached out to Nasty Boy. He's the only artist from Leeds, no disrespect. He's the only artist from Leeds, the only person I've hollered to get on this thingy. I hadn't even had a reply back on my Facebook.
Yeah, cause Nasty, blood, he's that guy you can't catch him easy, but when you do, blood,
I need to catch him face to face. I'm not on no wickedness. I need to catch it and just speak to him and say, yo, blood, I need to give you your flowers.
Cause he definitely needs flowers, bro. Like,
blood.
Yeah, from my early days when I first joined Battlers, blood, it was like Nasty and Witty that kind of. They were like the Jedis, you get me? I was like the Padawan learning, you get what I'm saying, blood? Like them man taught me a lot of shit.
When
you know
Witty Boy came in the game, I said it on Hits episode, when Witty Boy forwarded, there was nothing like him. There was nothing like him.
But man used to have the little tape cassette, but I had a Battler set on there, you get me, blood? Popped it in, you get me? I'm hearing man like Witty and Jets and the Mics, man, for the first time. I'm like, these man are sick. I'm like, yo. I'm like, I want to be a Battler, blood. So then imagine, I like, yo, fam. Imagine, I used to go to church with Nasty, blood, Nasty and E-Man, blood. Like, we go way back, you get me? Do you know what I mean? Because then with the pastor of the church, you get me? So I used to go always around like there from being a youth, you get me, blood? I've known these man from day one. I remember I was sat down, I was probably about 13 or something, you get me? I sat down, Nasty's producing these on Reason Bloods, making some bangers, you get me? I'm like, oh, could we be part of Battlers? And he was just like, no. It was like, no. I was like, because you're gonna have to put in some more work and shit. I'm like, oh shit, man, that's a bit dead.
That's
and
real,
it's funny, and then left it, give it maybe a year and a half later, blood, I've got Witty and Nasty asking me and Nasty to be part of Battlers, blood. So this has been the thing there for me from young. I felt like every time I've wanted to achieve something, or I've had an aim or sight on something, I've done it. I wanted to be on Lord of the Mics, I've got on there, but you get me? There's certain things that I just really wanted to do and I've managed to achieve. So it's been from strength to strength, you get me? But I think that's why when our lockdown happened and all these other mad things happened, and I felt like all these achievements and other things have not been taken away or gone, but I'm just in a different position now. It's been a tough experience to deal with, but I feel like it's making me the man I am now stronger, you get me? You know what I mean? I've got more of a story, I can come back with something now, at least I can say I've been through some shit, because some man have it easy, you get me? I've been through trials, but I feel like I've gone through my hardest trials in my 30s, but you get me? My 20s, I've had some tough times in 20s, but it's been nothing like now, you get me? You know what I mean? So I feel like I can speak about more now anyway. You get certain artists who have been in their 20s or teens, that they've been penned, they've had other things happening to them that have been quite big, substantial things in life, where they can maybe talk about those things there and they can be real. I didn't really go through a bag of crazy things through my 20s, so there's only so much I could have really spoke about, you get me?
Same, man. I understand exactly what you mean.
30s
have been the best and most testing years of my life. I feel like I found myself more in my 30s. But at the same time, especially me and Cartney was saying this yesterday, I think, like last year was a shit year. It was a shit show.
Everybody.
If it could go wrong, it went wrong. Everybody. Last year was a shit. Everybody. You get me? Like, man was down last year, I'll be honest. Recording on, I'm just not in my head.
Last year, if you had a good year, you're evil.
You're wicked. You're blood clot.
You know what I mean? I only got into the studio probably this year or early last year, because for time I've just been like not believed in myself, not the you know what I mean, just been in some next headspace, but where I've been like, yo, how has this happened, you get me? All the shit I've done. How have I got an issue with confidence at one point? And I'm like, what's going on? You get me? But I've found that again. I managed to get a nice little studio space where I've been able to kind of like do my thing without any pressure from anywhere and anyone involved. I'm just in a nice safe space, yeah, and I've been recording some fire, but I'm like, yo, I've still got it, blood. What am I on about, blood? Like, what am I on about? You get me, blood? I've been sat procrastinating for long, blood. You get me? But now I'm like, yeah, it's the time to get the work done. So I hollered at Launchpad Music, who they're like it's not like a label, but they look after certain artists, like definitely up north, like from Leeds and stuff. They're the ones who got me my Mobos grant, where I ended up releasing the A-Up tune with Nasty from it. I released that tune with my girl called Want It Bad. Like I've been working with these ones. They help you to kind of like distribute your money properly and just give ideas for stuff. In fact, I did a Leeds United kit launch about 2 years ago where I did the voiceover for it. Yeah, and that was from that. You get me? So I've met up with these men and said, right, I've been hibernating for a bit, but I'm back now. You get me? Like, you know what I mean? Can I jump back on board? And like, yeah, man, let's get it going. So I know this year I'm definitely gonna have these EPs out, and there's gonna be more things. You know,
things are going. Things
are gonna go well, man.
Nah, I'm happy for you. So I seen you was on Deal or No Deal back in the days, man. What?
I didn't prepare him for that one.
Oh,
I know.
That just come to my
mind. Yeah. That was a mad one, blood. And imagine this, blood. When I had my rap battle, yeah.
Someone brought it up in a rap battle, didn't they?
Yeah, but only after. So imagine that I had a sick rap battle. No one knew about the thing. I'd already been on the show, no one knew about it, yeah, and I've gone in there, smashed it. I think me and Zen did a 2-on-2 tournament, you get me? 2-on-2 battlers going against each other. The first guys, they got smoked, no one knew about it. The second guys found out about the Deal or No Deal thing. But they ended up getting the win, you get me? Just because the angle was fresh, man.
So what happened with Deal or No Deal for them to be able to dub you? Because I don't look at it like, I just look at it like you're an opportunist that took an opportunity.
I think, yeah, it's all about angles. Like, I've made things that are not even bad sound bad because of the way you can just put them across, you get me? Yeah. No one's going to make me look like a dickhead for winning 16 grand off somewhere, but there's things you can take the mick out of. Oh, you know what I mean? We've got some hard grime MC, but they're chilling with Noel Edmonds and blah, blah. Just concept ideas, you get me? It's just about, you know, different stuff. For example, this guy that I'm going to be battling, Big K, he did one round against a female rapper, and he was just basically ripping up like gal altogether and just saying, I don't even list the female rappers, they're all dead and blah blah. he ended up saying, like, people stopped reacting to his stuff because it was a bit like, yeah, you're going a bit overboard. So an angle like that, yeah, I'm gonna go against him. I'm gonna be like, yo, it's because you don't get pussy, you get me, bloody? I mean, I do other things. It's about switching angles around on people, you know what I mean? It's just
you've got to be clever. You've got to be clever with very clever and fast thinking.
It can be tough, blood, but yeah. Well, yeah, in terms of Deal or No Deal, got good experience. I got to rap on there as well, blood.
I met it was years ago though, that, innit?
Yeah, that was when my daughter was probably about 4. No, maybe not even 4. It's probably about 3 or something. So yeah, it's a good 10 years ago.
Yo, tell us about the boxing match you had.
Good fight. He got the unanimous decision at the end, but it was a very good fight, and I'm glad that I didn't lose no foot and I get banged out in this one, because my first fight that I had, it was a really good fight, but then I got knocked down in the last round. I got back up, but obviously just due to the fact that I went down, you know what I mean. His thing, he ended up winning. So this time round, fighting another guy. He's got a bit more experience. He's done a bit of kickboxing and that. Went through that before. He was just tricky, blood. I was fighting him behind. He was a tricky character, blood. But I found the beast in myself and nearly knocked him out last round, blood. But then that last 10 seconds, I just didn't have the gas in me to finish it off. You get me?
It's a big thing though. Especially when you're coming from not really training and blazing.
That's what I mean. It's not like I've ever really been a fighter or do these kind of things, but like, I like the technical idea of fighting and what you have to do.
The feeling as well you get, man.
Especially when it's a fair fight.
Me and this guy were equal, blood. He was like pretty much the same height and weight, you get me. He was probably a tiny bit taller and a bit more fatter than me, but it was a good fight, you get me. And like I'm in pain now, still in pain from it now, you get me. But it was a good fight.
So you've said a couple times, obviously you're not a fighter, but I've heard of you knocking a couple man out back in the day, man. And it dawned on me, this is not the first, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I went to college with a guy, a white youth. And I remember him being funny about. I really like that dialect, me, man. I really like that. And then
I think I know what you're on about.
Yeah, you know exactly who I'm
because I've not boxed a lot of money in my time. You get me? I really haven't, blood. So I'll know who I've rocked. You get me?
I've booked Dialect a couple of years later at work.
Oh my god.
Dialect. This you was kind of giving you a bit of shit out. He's saying who? Da. Because I knocked him out because he called me a nigga. Yes, Dialect. But the killer one, and you can talk about this now as well because this guy's irrelevant nowadays. But what happened down here?
Oh,
I heard someone try G-check you, and next thing the guy's counting sheep.
Yeah,
you don't need to say his name.
Yeah,
I'll say his name if
German. I'm minding my own business. I'm minding my own business, bro. You get me?
I'm not bothered, but he's not gonna G-check me. I'm not bothered. I'm really not.
Oh fuck!
You don't need to edit it. If Dialect wants you to edit the name, he can. But you don't need to edit for me.
Yo, Dialect. Where did you get your name from?
You want to play with me? Oh my gosh! Right. So as I say, I'm not a fighter, blood. I can look after myself. You get me, blood? I look after myself. Yeah. Now, for me, I'm minding my own business. I'm sure it was around Carney Times, innit? Carney Times, West Indian Centre. Yeah, so blood, I'm just walking. I live in LL, blood, so I'm just thinking, right, it's time for me to go, yeah. And I've left the man, them J and all them, yeah. And I've just started walking towards him. I'm behind the Beamer place, you get me?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, yeah. I mean, he runs out. I'm sure someone else got right. He must have rocked someone, yeah. Someone else was from LL blood, yeah. Like, checked him up, yeah. And then that guy's gonna run off, and he's come up to me and he's like, "Yo, so who are you?" And I'm just like, "Oh, blood, just chill out, blood." I was trying to get yard, blood. You get me? You know what I mean? Just no drums, bro. No drums. Could not even be asked. And then next minute I'm seeing a few man come out the thing. He must have gone, "Yo, you man," and then I've seen some man come out. And I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be Pete." But out in it, you get me? I was like, fuck. And I got caught on Scotland Road, blood. Man got danced on for about 5 minutes, blood, yeah. Ting over, I got yard, blood. and then got top. That's all you're from. Yo, blood, them days there, blood. Man was getting rushed left, right, and centre. Man was just getting banged all the time, blood. You get me? You're hearing someone get rocked, you're hearing this and that. I thought, yeah.
Coming to the hood them times from LL.
Yeah, fam, it was P, LL, the hood, and the thing is, because I chill with JA and all them, man. No one really knew I was from Little London in that sense. They were all really too bothered about it, but there was still beef going on. And I'm sure one of the guys that got rocked just before me was from LL. You get me? So it must have just been some thing going on, and I was just wrong place, wrong time. You get me?
Yeah, man don't know your face like that as well.
Man just thought quick move.
Yeah, quick outside.
You know what I mean? Well, funny man, I'm getting stamped on. Yeah, no one knows who's getting stamped out. So then enough people start rushing towards the place. Yeah, I remember taking 2 kicks, and then I hear like, "Yo, is that Dialect, blood?" Mac 5 picks me up. Yeah, Mac 5, blood. He threw 2 kicks. Everyone was just rushing everyone. You get me? Everyone was like, "Yes, man," and he's like, "No, I see him pick me up, blood." And fuck you.
You gotta respect that he turned it around. Because a lot of man don't have confidence amongst the crowd.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean.
Man will just run with the crowd and be like, "This is what it is."
But that's what I mean. It's because I ain't no fucking trouble causer, blood. Man, are like, "Yo, what man rushing him for?" It's not like he's gonna have done anything that bad, but it's like, man tried to rob me. I'm just out here trying to mind my own business. It's one of them, blood. Like, just for anyone going forward, I'm chilled. Just don't fuck with me, innit?
That's the best way.
Leave
to
me alone,
man.
innit?
I think every man in this room's like that. Like, made by good people.
You know what I mean? It's no need for drama. I know, but I'm saying, fam, yo.
He's in the corner.
I know he's just chilled. You get me? Smiling, blood. You know what I mean? You get a Muay Thai kicking your shit.
See, if I'm going Birmingham, I'm taking him with me, star. We're gonna catch some girl, and if it kicks off, okay, now you are fine.
Oh my gosh, man.
But nah, but do you know what it is as well? Throughout life, as I've got older, I've kind of met those guys who man used to talk about, like the big names down here. I've met them in different circumstances.
Yeah.
And they are the most nicest, humblest
I
people
know, blood.
ever.
In fact, one of the man, one of the set man that rushed me, but I'm not even saying probably last year, blood, I bumped into him. He's like, oh, you good, but you're still doing music. And it's just like, you know what I mean?
It's a thing you don't man a week when you're young. And
Yeah. It's a different thing. The egos, all sorts, but it's like, we're all grown men now, but I'm sure, you know what I mean? You know, we're all just out here.
I get along with pretty much everyone I have fights with, like any fights when I get along with them all, bro. Like, I've shared drinks with man and seen a man I had a fight with a couple of days ago. Yeah, what?
It's what it is back then.
We just respect each other,
especially when it was a respected fight. You know what I mean?
I don't know. When I got my ass rushed, that wasn't respected. Well, you know.
That's how it went down here, bro, man. I was one of the lucky ones, man. I was one of the lucky ones, man.
So go on, answer my question then. Where did you get the name Dialect from?
The name Dialect. So I was originally called Devilish.
What about breast?
How are you gonna bring up breast, blood? Oh, he brought up breast, fam.
So why do you call yourself Breast?
I didn't call myself Breast. I was Marky B, and then J.A. was what the B stand for, and because I was maybe a bit robust, blood, when I was younger, you get me? Slightly.
So you had Breast?
I didn't have him, but these men were like, Marky Breast, that's what it is, you get me? And then all of a sudden, Breast just started being used. Everyone starts calling me Breast, but these guys are just saying it like it's my name, you get me?
Right.
So I was Breast for a long time.
Yourself it for
I was never happy with Breast, but the name stuck with me, blood. I went about to start arguing with everyone who called me.
It was Marky B, then Dialect. That's it.
No, Marky B, Devilish, then Dialect. I changed Devilish because I just felt like it wasn't. I mean, like
at the same time as the first.
Yeah, Devil Man.
So I'm thinking you're not gonna want Devilish.
Exactly.
You're gonna go down your own thing. That's the first thing I thought.
Well, I'm glad you thought that in it, because Devil Man started kind of popping around them times. You get me?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I was like, right. I was about 18, I think, at the time. So I'm like, right. I need a new name.
You could never clash Devil Man with a name like Devilish.
Yeah.
Devilish.
I'm just Ish.
Ish.
No one wants to be Ish. You get me?
I mean?
So I was like, nah. I need a different name. So I was thinking to myself, right. A lot of people already know me as Devilish. How am I going to change this name successfully enough with, it not causing too many problems, people finding my music and stuff? I thought, right, well, I still want a name starts with D. I was thinking, and then on the other side, I was like, I was quite a lyrical grime MC in comparison to some of it. It wasn't basic stuff. I'm not saying that my content was like amazing then, but I kind of went for more of the, the smarter stuff. And
because at one time, grime was like you just repeating
the stuff in it.
I saw your mom. And I was my gun. And it was all fun.
Even the flow. Just like how you said it there, was relatively the same. There wasn't anybody that was coming with any complex flows.
Exactly.
Like
until Witty come about in Leeds.
When we learned a lot of Witty, man. Mike's man.
You can't rattle a battle of money.
One of my favourite bars ever, blood. You get me? It's what I mean, man. Like, and then Jetson even saw, but Jetson was hard, blood.
I was a fan, blood. What you tell it?
Oh, blood. Don't.
For me.
LDC were my favourite crew up there back in the day, blood. LDC were hard, blood. You had Shawnee P, blood. You had friggin' what is it now?
Doogie.
You had Doogie, Nitro, Magic, blood. Like,
I'm not gonna lie,
blood.
I was never a big Nitro fan. I didn't feel his flow. I didn't think his flow was great. But Magic,
blood.
What was Magic's? Is it
You know the one for the track in the back when they say, oh, blood, you get me? Oh, no. And then Kashando, blood,
you don't want to test this man. But I'm on the microphone stand. I got a brand new plan. And the worst thing is, what I didn't like about the Kashan situation is, if he was more Chapel Town orientated, he would have been the biggest thing in Leeds then. But because he wasn't, and it was his own thingy, and I think Cash found his musical talent a year or two late. Because if he would have found that before his people went jail, or his cousin and that went jail, his cousin could have took him carnival or took him on, listen to Check for My Man, go. But the time he popped was just the wrong time for him, and he could have just been the next big thing, and then
Well, that's the thing. I think there's been MCs like that, yeah, that have come in and out, yeah, that some man won't remember, but I'll always remember how sick they were when they did it. You know, man, like Kez blood, Kez, yeah, and you fucking crazy blood. Yeah, like when he blood, I was like, he is hard, bro. You get me? The stuff he brought out, a few little Bluetooth tunes, when man send them about blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Levels, but that's what I mean, blood. There's so many. I'm a massive Crawler fan. To be honest, I'm a big Crawler fan. You get me? In his early days, blood. His early days. I remember hearing his first bar. And man was up in Holt Park at some community centre, blood. You get me? And he sparked 2-2 bar. And I was like, yo.
Oh, you man.
Is he rapping still?
Oh, no. I don't think he's rapping anymore. He I saw him not too long ago, probably like last year.
He's about.
I think he's got a youth now, his son or whatever. He's just doing his thing. He's not really making music, and that's what I kind of like about maybe about artists and rappers in general. Some man can still stay underground. You can still respect what they've done or where they've come from. You get me? Do you know what I mean? They might never have popped or fully taken music as serious, but you know what I mean. I can rate the individual for what they did and what they were about. You get me? So there's just bare man in Leeds that I feel that about. You get me? Do you know what I mean? It's enough, man. Like.
Yeah, G-Man. You gotta pick up G-Man.
Yeah, G-Man.
Pick up G-Man.
Yo, he brought some for a lot of our friggin' like our youth blood, going G-Man sets down at Kiniba Gardens blood and shelling down there blood. First time I met Deadly and Mayhem down there blood. It was different, a lot of different links happening blood. You get me? And like G-Man pulled a lot of strings together, man. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, big
good
up
times.
G-Man, man.
And you know what? Sometimes we forget to give ourselves the flowers, and how's anyone else gonna? I think we said it in the hits one here. Like, think about it. Think about it. Like, we started Carnival.
Yeah. We do have to take.
Like we are with that generation. Innit?
I don't think we're really that recognised UK wise from
For our
especially when
culture.
the Windrush came. Everything for our culture.
Yeah, 100.
From Leeds is Caribbean culture.
But you know what the thing is as well?
We're only known in ghettos.
And do you know why
ghettos.
though we're known in ghettos? And it's not even certain, brother. You talk to elders, we're known across the country in ghettos. And the reason why is our elders was different to our generation. It was unified.
Yeah.
You think our elders are going out and your dad's in politics and my uncle and his people see it and they're not. You can't mad. One of these man gets touched, it's game on. Everybody. But I've heard of the stories, and certain older Huddersfield man might not admit this, but our elders will go in Huddersfield 10 man deep and locking off the club. 10 Leeds man go Huddersfield today and see if you can lock off the club and see what I go on.
It wouldn't happen, With different times in it, you get me?
This is the mentality of our elders. Like, there was rioting when police were dealing with them bad. I seen a man get put in handcuffs, and it was a fun day, on Meanwood Road for my man UTM whose youth died. He had a fun day on Meanwood Road, and a youth got locked up. His brothers come over. He's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" We're to the police. The police just grabbed him, put him in cuffs. There's about 50 of us stood around watching. I was there present. My man had to say, "Yo, you man, bat this," and the man started thumping down the police. I didn't put my hands on no police, but people started licking down the police. My man's got free, his brothers got free. You see, back in the days, he wouldn't even have to say back this in the 80s. You think you go in Hayfield and that's happening?
I know.
Come on, blood. Police were getting cut up and stuff in the hood back in the days. Things were different. Like, I remember I've talked to people where people could drive a car. You could lick a move and drive the car to Hayfield, and if from you get to Hayfield, you're not getting licked. I've heard the same story about Hamilton Gardens. I know a man that used to be a runner in there. He's saying, "Listen, I took chase. The ball was up my ass, but they were close. All I knew is I had to make it to Hamilton Gardens. I've sprinted, I made it to Hamilton Gardens. The police have just turned around."
That is mad.
It's not worth it. We're not getting pelted with bricks for this. It's not worth it. I've got to go home and see my missus walk dog tonight. It's my night to walk dog. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's true though, man. That's mad.
I think in a sense we've lost that, man, and I think a lot of areas I've done. I don't think it's just I think hoods all over, because like if you watch podcasts or you talk to people from different cities, Man, a warrior man from over the road now.
There's so many different demographics now and stuff though, and like I kind of feel like, you know, you say Windrush generation, and then our mums and dads and all that, we've all been very tight knitted and there's been not much. Exactly. Yeah, we had to unify. You get me, because everyone else out there giving this shit anyway. You get me, so it was just a bit of a different vibe. Like now. Like I'm saying, I don't even recognise half the people around Leeds now. That sounds a bit crazy, blood, yeah. But I remember when things felt a bit smaller. If you get what I mean, and you recognise faces.
Knew everybody.
Yeah, I don't fucking know anyone now, blood. I mean, I could have some issue with you. I wouldn't know who to speak to or how to deal with it to you. But do you know what I mean? Like,
but think about it. Like, we've all probably known of each other from young, or from the teenage years or whatever. Yeah, he's from the hood, like. You're from LL, I'm from Meanwood, he's from the hood and lived in Huddersfield as well. Yeah. But it's that Leeds was like that to an extent where everyone knew who everyone was, everyone knew everyone's business. She's checking so-and-so, so-and-so's gang. Yeah. Oh, my man got caught doing this, my man got hot winged at a party, you knew little things, you don't really hear nothing again.
No, but we already know, like, we see it, we live in the hood now, it's getting filtered out, it's getting more multicultural. I'm sure white people in Bramley were talking about like how we're talking now. You know what I mean? Just get to one area and we're safe, because they got the little girl, they got the close-knit family, whatever, wherever they're from. But obviously, as soon as they mix it with different ethnicities from different parts, it just filters out.
Nah, you're
especially by the generations, by the younger generations.
I agree 100%.
I come off Chap Road the other day onto Granges and seen a transgender on Granges. Now, each to their own. Yeah. But 10 years ago, you would have never seen that on Grange Avenue.
Yeah.
That would have got stoned.
Man said that.
That would have got stoned. I don't know how to address these situations, these circumstances. Can't remember, but that was
I
don't know.
I'm not too sure. But I understand. You get me? Like it's mad. I was working at Rolex for a bit. You get me? And just. We've been stood there and people watching all the time and seeing all the different kind of people that walk by, and it just amazed me, like, you know, see the world really has changed and how much, you know, we accept things now. For me, I'm happy that, at least these men are not getting stoned and killed off, because I don't believe in any app that each their own, do your own thing, you get me? But it's kind of like things I've really changed. The acceptance has just made it even harder for you to even have like an opinion and stuff like that.
I feel like you should be allowed to have your opinion. Regardless, like, I feel like you should. I don't think that should.
I think you can, but I think you can keep it to yourself. Like that's kind of my personal thing. Like, you know, you can have an opinion, but I don't think it needs to be shared, because if that person ain't asking you, like
your dialect. So are you coming to April the 13th?
Yes, I am. Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Look, get it on here.
But I'm there.
So if you don't come, we're gonna do a whole episode about him.
How big his ego is? Not supporting anyone from the sea.
And I'm gonna half prepare you, because you're not put on any of the schedule that's prepared for the show.
Okay.
I will be calling you on the stage.
Well,
I'm
there, but I'm ready. You get me? I'm looking forward to it.
Special guest performance, it'll be nice.
Yeah, it should be
special
good,
guest. But these are what see this until after the show anyway. So
the walk, but they'll hopefully see some content once it's all out.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed this.
Been a good one.
I like it, man. It was a nice little vibe, man. We're gonna finish it off, because this is. Oh, you doing it now?
Nah, I just wanted to try and see if I had the.
Well, you tried. This is. See, I actually was gonna go suck on his. I went his. So I was gonna try. That sounds like you got caught up in purple.
Purple
is.
Wow, I saw Purple Aki blood in Tesco blood round the road, fam.
But I had beasted and all sorts.
Fam, I was thinking, why do I recognise this guy? I wondered why the hair stood up on the back of my neck, blood. What was this big ass nigga? I'm like, wait a minute, I know that face, but it was him, blood. Yeah. He was just that bottom around the road, blood. You get me? It's not even too far of Spencer's. You get me? And he's in there. With a load of fucking microwave meals in his hand like that. You get me? And I was like, he's looked at me and nodded, and I've nodded back. Yo,
You come out.
I'm like holding my ass. You know what I mean?
It's pulling me back to the head.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm saying, blood. He wants to touch my bicep, blood. You get me? Like,
Yeah, that's a mad move.
yeah, man.
That's a mad
Crazy.
Pants 4 cents.
My spidey sense kicked in, blood. You get me? I was worried, fam. I was worried something was gonna go down.
Alright, try this
Oh,
again.
sorry, yeah.
Try this again. We're gonna wrap this up. This is, say it would you? Blood clot chest. Yeah, man, that was like.
That was good.
Oh, I've had to hold my laugh back a few times.
I'm coughing out in it. I know. I've been fleming it out for the last day or so. You get me?
I've had this for a couple of days. Man. I had my daughter, man. I had it for a full week.
Oh my
She came
gosh.
to me with a snot.